Welcome back to Sports Weekly on IEMG. Let's talk about the CIF Southern Section Baseball Playoffs. It's been a great playoff run for three local San Bernardino schools, Cajon, Aquinas, and Arroyo Valley. We'll start with the Cajon Cowboys in Division 5. They are in the semifinals, and they will host North Torrance this week in the semifinals. They win that game, and it's on to the championship for the very first time in their school history. But in the quarterfinals, they had to beat Malibu. D5 quarterfinal action at Cajon High School. Let's get to the highlights in this one. They prepped the field. It's ready to go. Here we go to the highlights. Top of the first, Garrett Bougie on the bump for Cajon. Gets the strikeout there. Bottom of the first, it's Pollo time. Sebastian Flores, a.k.a. Pollo, smacks a triple for the Cajon Cowboys. So bottom of the first, and here comes Cajon right off the bat. The Cowboys would eventually bring Pollo home on this fielder's choice from Adam Montion. Pollo touches the plate, and it makes it a 1-0 Cajon lead. Top of the second, Malibu gets on the board. Trevor Nickerson with the RBI double, and that would tie the game at 1. Sharks and Cowboys still in the second. Here comes Josh Doyle, the RBI single, and Malibu now is on top by a score of 2-1 on that play. Malibu would load up the bases, but here comes a big-time strikeout by Bougie and gets Cajon out of the jam right there. Top of the fourth, Malibu's Garrett Button. He drives in a run, and the visiting Sharks go on top by a score of 3-1, so Cajon found themselves in a little bit of a hole in this one. So we move to the bottom of the fifth. The Cowboys' Montion singles to center right here. That would bring home a run for the Cowboys, and that makes it a 3-2 game. Cowboys back within 1. Later in the fifth, it's J.D. Snallnicker with the RBI double right there, and we're tied at 3 apiece. So let's fast forward to the 6th inning. Top of the 6th, Malibu with a man on first, but the Cowboys turn the old-fashioned double play, and it's a nice one to get out of the inning. We're still tied at 3 apiece. So let's now fast forward to the bottom of the 6th. Cajon with a man on third, and it's Ty Thomas laying down the squeeze bunt. That brings home Bougie. That's the winning run. Cajon wins 4-3, the final score. The Cowboys advance to the CIF Southern Section semifinals for the first time in school history. Again, they will host North Torrance this week in the semis. If they win that, they will play in a championship game.
I'll say this, a very competitive baseball from top to bottom. We've been doing this all playoff long. It's coming back late in games, and somehow we find the will to win. And the kids, different kids each and every week come back and figure things out. And whether that's hitting, whether that's pitching, or running the bases, defensively, they're figuring it out. And it's neat to see the kids stepping up. And it's not always the same ones. It's different kids at different times. We got to minimize our mistakes early in the game, and just keep playing baseball. Malibu, they hit the ball. They hit everything they hit was on the barrel tonight, and we just defensively we missed some opportunities. And message to the team is that we have to capitalize early on, and we have to be able to hit with runners in scoring position, and that seems to be that comes back to us each and every game so far in the playoffs.
And how about this? We could have an all-local Division 5 championship game, because on the other side of the bracket in Division 5, the Citrus Valley Blackhawks are still alive. Citrus Valley coming up with a big win against Sultana in the quarterfinals, 7-3 the final score. Jacob Hakame tossed a complete game for the win. Matt McCarty with a big home run for Citrus Valley in that victory. They, again, beat Sultana 7-3, so now they will host Laguna Hills in the Division 5 semifinals. They're trying to get back to a championship game.
Well, I think, baseball has runs. You see it in the big leagues as well, where a team can run off 10 or 11 in a row, and then they lose just the last 7 or 10 out of that. So, we kind of had that, where we kind of ran our number. We were swinging the bat with a lot of confidence, like I said, at the beginning of the year. And then I think now it's, I kind of break the season into 3 seasons, where you got the preseason, then you got your league play, second season, this is our postseason, our third season. And the guys are really starting to take off with it, and the bats are coming alive. Pitching is just stepping up.
Arroyo Valley has reached the semifinals in Division 7, but first things first, how about second round action against Indian Springs, in-town rival earlier this week. A lot of scoring in this one. Coyotes at the plate in the bottom of the first, already trailing by a couple of runs, but they get one back on this RBI base hit. Angel Alamia scores. To the second, Arroyo Valley with runners on board. Julio Arcio pushes the single to right. That'll score Memo Carrasco. It was a long top half of the second. Now it's Carrasco back at the plate for the Hawks, and he drives in Antonio Rodriguez. Bottom of the second now, Indian Springs in business. The Coyotes plate a pair of runs as they try to battle back and cut into that Hawks lead. So we go to the top of the fourth now, and the Hawks looking for more offense. How about Carrasco smacking this base hit to center field right there? That'll play another run for Arroyo Valley. Still in the fourth inning, and the Hawks are not done yet. This time it'll be Tevin Bookman. He drives in a pair of runs with the knock to left field. Angel Gama touches the plate, and Jacob Aguirre is right behind him. Bottom of the fourth now with Aguirre on the bump for the Hawks, and he gets strike three right there, ring him up. Top of the sixth, Arroyo Valley with a couple runners on board, and it's Luis Almazan with the big fly to right center field. That'll score Aguirre, and Arroyo Valley pulling away from the Coyotes in this one. Still in the sixth. Let's have Richard Vega check into the highlights. Laces his ball down the left field line. Almazan scores. So does Arcio. Final out of the game, we'll show it to you. Arroyo Valley gets the fly ball to right field to end it, as Arroyo Valley rolls past Indian Springs 19-6 in Division 7 action. Again, this was the second round. Arroyo Valley would then beat Milliken Community 13-5 in the quarterfinals, and that would punch their ticket to their first ever semifinals, and it would be in Division 7. Here it is, Hesperia Christian taking on Arroyo Valley. That is the semifinal game in Division 7. The Hawks one win away from going to the finals, and they're not the only ones. As we mentioned, Cajon in Division 5. If they can win that game, a possible matchup looming against Citrus Belt League rival Citrus Valley for Division 5 championship. The Blackhawks and Cowboys can both win in the semis. And don't forget, in Division 6, top-seeded Aquinas going on the road to Elsinore in the D6 semifinals. If the Falcons win there, they would also go to a CIF championship game. So what a baseball season it has been for our local teams. When we come back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG, we'll talk some track and field with the Cajon Cowboys, your Citrus Belt League champions. We'll be right back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG.